Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome to part number 2 of the pistol squat video series. So part number 1 was looking at the prep work that goes into building the pistol squat. For this one we're going to look at the progression system for building the pistol squat movement. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first exercise we're going to work on is a seated pistol squat. We're going to use the previous exercise to warm our pistol squat up. First thing you want to do is grab yourself a plyometric box or a couple of step-up boxes. Start with a relatively comfortable height. So this is the most important thing, that you don't straight away go to your final end range motion of your pistol squat. Our goal with this exercise is to try and build as much volume as possible. So the last thing we want to do is burn out in using our maximum intensity straight away. So keep that front leg straight, keep the knee locked out to help us engage the quad. And also in this variation, I'm going to get you guys to be a bit more elegant with the pistol by pointing the toes. Keep your arms extended in front of you for balance and focus on performing that negative eccentric movement. Now the softer your bottom lands on the box, the stronger you'll get in your pistol, especially when you perform the concentric part where you drive off the box to stand yourself back up. As we start to get better with the range of motion, we're going to start reducing the height of the box. The lower you go, the more focus, balance and stability you're going to need. Plus, you're going to have to really focus on keeping that back heel down on the ground. It goes without saying, but we want to try and keep our form as clean as possible. From here, we're going to move on to the supported pistol squat. So for this, we're going to use our plyometric box or our stack of step-ups to gently hold on as we go down into the pistol squat. Now the emphasis is on gentle. We don't want to put too much pressure through our hands, so then that way we're actually focusing more on balancing the pistol squat. Try and squat to your lowest depth without lifting the heel off the ground. Pause for a second and then drive yourself up into the concentric part of the movement. This is amazing for anyone that's really struggling with the balancing part of this pistol squat. The next variation is the elevated pistol squat. So again, using our step or plyometric box, we're going to place ourselves on top of the box this time. Put yourself into the pistol squat position, front leg straight, keep the knee locked out, point your toes down, and you're going to slowly try and bring yourself down onto your back leg. The emphasis here is to keep that front leg as low as possible to the ground. Use it to help you balance in your pistol squat and then try and go to your deepest range. So this variation requires less compression of the hip. So what does that exactly mean? So when you perform the conventional pistol squat off the ground, you need to make sure that front leg is high enough so then you don't touch the ground with your heel. Now if we elevate the surface, it just means we can hang that front leg a little lower to the ground without having to worry about touching the ground with the heel. Again, as you get better with this exercise, you can reduce the height of the box that you're standing on. And the final variation is the full pistol squat off the ground. So this one is a culmination of training the previous pistol squat variations, and it will test where you are with your pistol squat. So as I mentioned previously, you're going to need a decent amount of compression of the hip to allow us to bring that front heel down towards the ground without touching the ground. When you're first training for this variation, try and focus entirely on the eccentric part of the movement. So slow negatives, pausing for a second at the bottom. If you need to reset, pull yourself out of position and then start again from the top. The slower you perform it, the more control you'll develop in the pistol squat and the more strength you'll get at the bottom range of the movement. And that is pretty much it for these variations. Try them out, see how they feel for you, and see if they improve on your current level of pistol squats. I shall see you guys in the next one.